Hey everybody. All right, we're a little few minutes late, but we're into the chat. We're on the live, ready to discuss Real Housewives of Atlanta. So I'll give it a minute, let some people come into the room. It's a little early and it's a holiday, so I know people are probably out and about on this impromptu live. Okay, and I have my notes, so you have yours?
I have my notes and my red pen.
In the red pen, so you know the red pen, you know what that means. We didn't come to play. So, but while waiting for people to get into the room, go ahead. Let my mom introduce herself once again.
Hello, I am Shayna's mom, Tanya, and this is my second time doing this live, and I enjoyed the first time. Um, I was, I'm a writer. I've written 3 books, published. They can be on Amazon under Tanya McDaniel. Um, I'm avid, faithful Christian woman. I am active. I participate and support my family, grandkids, and my daughter. So, and I'm glad to be on this live.
Yeah, and definitely glad to have you ready to talk about what happened on this reunion. Season was, it wasn't the worst. It definitely wasn't the best, but we here, so we definitely ready to talk about it. If you're here, let us know you in the chat. Followed by goodness. Hello, Shayna and Mama Mac. Hey, glad to have you. Thanks for joining us on this Labor Day. All right, so we go ahead and jump into it. Everybody, when you come, be sure to like the live if you don't mind, because the algorithm is a hot mess right now, okay? But we start off, we saw the ladies getting ready. We don't care about the ladies getting ready. I don't know why they show us the ladies getting ready, because we just want to get to the mess.
I did like the color though, the color scheme for this one, the teal.
You did?
I like that color. Even though on Candy, she chose to be a little different. She had all silver and then had the teal color like in the middle. So it almost looked like she wasn't matching everybody, but she had her color in the middle part. But I thought they looked, I don't know, I had to say Kenya's dress was a little, I don't know, she had all that hanging out. I was scared. I'm glad it was good support because I don't know. It was shaky there.
Candy said, look, I'm Candy and these are the Temptations, okay? So she has to stand out because she's worldwide.
Yeah. So, Kenya, her dress is real.
I didn't like Marlowe's. Yeah. It looked like she was like wrapped in a blanket. Well, the ladies themselves, they look nice. Everyone looked beautiful, but I don't know. I don't know how I felt about the color scheme. It was okay. But after we see them getting ready, we get started and we start with Sheree. Andy was like, well, you look refreshed. And Sheree was like, well, I had trouble breathing. And so that's why I told them to just cut my nose off. And I'm like, girl, you had trouble breathing.
Right. Maybe she had sleep apnea.
Yeah, like
you need a nose strip. But I don't think getting no nose whole nose redone was should have been the answer to you can't breathe. Unless you had something, a serious deviated septum or something, broke your nose or something like that. Mm-hmm. But just because you have problem breathing, I'm sure there are other non-surgical options. But that's what she wanted to do, so she's wrong.
Yes. You're good for shaking the table now.
I know.
But yes, I'm like, just be honest and say, listen, I wanted to get my nose tweaked, so I did. Mm-hmm. I would have respected that. Don't sit up here and talk about no breathing. We ain't never heard about no breathing troubles before.
She never said nothing about no breathing. Everybody on that show has said something about her getting her face done, and she ain't never said it was because of breathing problems until the reunion.
Right, like just be honest. Nobody cares. It's not the first time she got something done, and it won't be the last. Be Like D said she answered so fast. I said she rehearsed that. Sure did.
I think so too. Be Like D. That was rehearsed because she knew Andy was going to ask about that because we was on tip of the tongue, and she was like, "Let me get it out before anybody else keep talking about it. This is why," and then cut it.
Right. And shout out to Be Like D. Check out Dee's channel. She does reviews on Tyler Perry shows. So please go ahead and check her channel out. Give her a subscribe as well. But yeah, Andy did ask her about it before on Andy After Dark or whatever it's called. And she gave a whole nother answer. So somebody been helping her with her reads, getting her ready for this reunion. So, but I'm glad her face finally settled because it was, the confessionals, it was puffy in one scene. It was looking different in another. Like, girl, please don't come out no more until your face is settled. But Drew says she still lives with Ralph. Sonya says the baby is due on Christmas. So the baby gonna be coming real soon.
Yeah.
And then we get into Sheree's package. Was there anything else that you had before we jump into Sheree's package?
That you said it was. I just asked about Sonya being with her baby bump, looking so happy, and I'm glad they were able to conceive, and that this will be a good pregnancy for her.
Yes, shout out to congratulations on her rainbow baby. Sorry, scratchy. Followed by goodness say yes, her face was confusion 0.5. Yes, we don't know. It was Drew in one scene. I don't know who it was in another. I'm like, it looked like she was having an allergic reaction. I don't know what was going on. But we get into her package, and Candy mentioned Sheree looking like Drew in the one pic. Sheree gonna say, "Oh, that was one of my worst pictures." So if I was Sheree, I would be offended. Don't do Drew. Not too much. Not too much. Drew is very pretty. She might lie. Y'all was talking about the wigs. Her first season, all that don't matter. Her face card never declines. So don't not too much on Drew. But we talking about Sheree and Martell from Love and Marriage Huntsville. Really hope this is the last time I hear about him on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Sheree said, Kenya needs a man. Sheree, then if you're going to say Kenya needs a man, you also need to get a man. Like, there's just no rhyme or reason for you to be talking about Kenya and you don't have a man either. Like, it just makes no sense. Right. Talking to Kettle, I don't know. It just is confusion.
Because she had a man, but the men she picked, her picker is Sheree, her picker is off. I'm like, girl, why? You old enough to know better by now. You're in your 50s. Why you keep picking guys you know is wrong? Except for this last one. I know it was just because of the shows. And she trying to get, because the only thing she had going is this She by Sheree, which was controversial. So she had to have something to make her be more interesting.
Yeah, shout out to She by Shein. But I mean, I feel like Kenya and Sheree have taken a page out of each other. Really, Sheree took a page out of Kenya's old book from way back, hiring a man for a storyline. Kenya been there, done that. So I don't even know why she would throw it in her face. And even Kenya said you can't use it as no dig. You can't.
No.
Be Like D said the way Sheree tried to defend Martell's revenge, PORN. I said this girl always on the wrong team, always on the side of wrong, always on the side of wrong. She gonna defend Martell. She don't do nothing because she has to. In defending Martell, she's defending her poor choices. Right. Out of all the men you could have hired for a storyline, why did you hire him? Just for controversy? I mean, then he's broke. Like, I got him all in your house. Like, you're taking it too far. But I don't know. Kenya said that, or Sheree feels like Kenya should have told her about Martell being in her DMs prior to Candy's party. Kenya could have told Sheree about it prior to that party, but would Sheree have listened? No, because she already hired him on. So it just, to me, I feel like whether she told her before or not, the way Sheree reacted is the same way she would have reacted regardless of where they were at. But I mean, Kenya could have waited, but we need footage for the show.
Nobody
Sheree
can't
always
tell
thinks
her.
she's right.
Yeah, nobody can tell Sheree that she's wrong, even though it's all up in and through. She's wrong. I mean, she knows she's wrong. That's why she defended foolishness rather than face the fact, like you said, she made bad choices.
Mm-hmm.
Now, just own up and be, hey, I made a bad choice by getting involved with this guy. No, instead, she gonna blame everybody, pull out paperwork and all this kind of foolishness instead of saying I made a bad choice by being involved with this person.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we know she knows when she's wrong because when she knows she's wrong, she starts stuttering. She's stuttering, and mumbling, and fumbling. So she can't hide it. She's not a good liar. No matter how much she rehearses beforehand, when she gets caught up, she'll start stuttering, and I'll tell on her every time. Mm-hmm. Then we mentioned Kenya's divorce, and Andy asked Kenya if her divorce is finalized. He know her divorce ain't finalized and never will be. I don't even know why Andy's so shady. And Kenya said no, she's still going through it. At this point, I feel like it's Kenya dragging this on. We keep saying this Mark dragging it on. Is she allowing this to happen for a storyline? I don't know.
Because she's saying that now, what's the ex? Mark filed her contempt because she had their child in danger on that trip when Marlo and them were kicking at the door. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can't find nothing else. He tried it, but I'm like that. She's going to win if she go to court because it wasn't her fault. It was them doing that. She was in the room with her child sleep. They came and did it. So what was that for? Right. Just to keep this divorce proceeding going when we know good full well it's been over. I mean, Cynthia then got married and divorced, and they still going through divorce.
Right. And one would say, well, Kenya has a child, and she does. However, like I said before, they never lived together. They never lived in the same city, let alone same state. I don't know what's going on. They didn't share any assets or anything. Mark is just awful. He's just a horrible man. Mm-hmm. But he's giving Kenya something to talk about. It's just we don't care anymore. Like, I don't really want to hear about this divorce no more. But it was funny when Kenya said Marlo's being subpoenaed for the court.
The blank
Andy was looking. Andy said, but it's blank. So I know Kenya was hot because Marlo got a good chuckle at that. She didn't even have to do nothing. Monique King is in the chat. Hey, Monique. Hey, Shayna, Mom, and chat. Watch the reunion for this live. Monique hasn't watched. She hasn't watched all season. So thank you for supporting because, listen, you didn't really miss too much.
Yeah, but how? I mean, if you want to present paperwork to somebody, especially on TV, please make sure that it's filled out. You ain't look at the paper before you. I'm just going. Somebody handed it to her, and she was like, "I'm subpoenaing you," and you ain't even look at it to see if it was right. I'm like, "That's big. You look simple."
She handed out the envelope. It made me think. I know Be Like D gonna know this one because she reviews Tyler Perry's Sisters as well. It's giving very much Tyler Perry production with that envelope because on that show, somebody was pregnant. She was like, "I got the DNA results right here," and she handed over an envelope. Somebody opened it and it was blank. So I'm like, it was the same thing I thought about. Like,
right, what you doing?
Like, a sheet of paper.
Did you look at it? So now you look stupid because you handed over paper that ain't even valid. Everybody laughing. I mean, she looked ridiculous.
Right.
That was now.
And Andy gonna bring it up. If Kenya is back next season, Andy will be bringing it up next.
Oh
week.
Yeah, you know he's gonna talk about
bring it up. Be Like D said, Kenya was disappointing at this reunion. It felt like she wasn't quick with it, stuttering and stuff. All the K's. Kenya. Oh, well, I saw the K. Sheree. She ain't okay, but whatever. And Candy. Candy was stuttering too. We're going to get into it. Thanks, it's me, Valerie. Yes, love the name Valerie. Monique. Oh, thank you, Monique. Let me take a moment. Monique gave me my first super chat. So thank you, Monique. Monique been with me for a minute. So thank you for rocking with me, riding with me. She's so supportive on these YouTube streets. Thank you, Monique. I didn't know you were monetized. Congratulations. Only for super chats. We still on the road to 1,000. So If y'all didn't subscribe, don't hesitate to hit that button, okay?
Yeah.
Like, please don't. I'm leaving it up there for a minute. I'm just going to read this. Yes, Karen. Yes. On Sisters, if y'all watch Tyler Perry Sisters, I will be reviewing when it comes back on. But we are talking about the paper. Anything else on that with Mark and his shenanigans?
No. We going to what? No, nothing else about that part. We done drug Mark do the stuff all enough.
Right. If I never hear Mark's name again, it'll be too soon. Goodness. So we discussed Sheree, no pay Sheree. Andy said you do have an interesting relationship with Bill.
I like that. That's a good way to put you don't pay your bills. Oh, you have an interesting relationship with paying bills.
She already said on the finale, I don't pay the bill. The bill collector call. You ain't getting it. I don't got it. Basically, you wasting your time.
Just tell everybody.
Bills. Her theme song. We know she don't pay. She knows she don't pay. So then Sheree suddenly decides to took a dig at Candy. Candy called her stray. And she was like, well, something about Johnny, at least with Johnny. I said, what season was that? When was I couldn't remember. If y'all remember what happened with Johnny, let me know down in the chat. Because I don't remember that one. And I watched all the seasons and it must not have went nowhere because I don't recall.
Was that the one? Was he the one that Phaedra was supposed to be helping? Remember some guy he was saying that they were supposed to pay him for the work that he had done with her wedding and stuff, and then he's saying she didn't pay him everything, so he went to Phaedra, and Phaedra was like, "Let me introduce you to another lawyer I know." And then Candy got mad at Phaedra, thinking she was on the guy's side that was trying to sue her. I don't know if that's the same person, but I think it looked like
maybe it might be.
But
she
tried it. Sheree tried it. She made because I don't know. We were at the part where she stood up and said, "Oh, you never," with how she looked. Yeah. Now Sheree has a nice body. She's fit. She's good, but business wise. Yeah. She cannot even. No. She cannot even with Candy.
She knows she's not on Candy's level. And then it's like, what else can she say? Even with the body, I feel like it ain't like Candy walking around frumpy and lumpy. Right. Like, what?
Candy, she good.
She trying to act like Candy ain't no fashionista. Candy never said that she was. Nope.
Candy's low. She's low key.
Yeah.
She's somebody who you would not think by looking at her. Mm-hmm. Or listen to it that she is as well, she's a business savvy as she is.
Right.
But that's how you know.
Candy is cheap. Sheree's broke. Well, we don't know Sheree. But Sheree carries on like she's broke.
Right. Sheree try to keep up with the Joneses. Mm-hmm. Candy don't have to. That's why she low key. She like, I am the Joneses. I don't have to keep up with me. But Sheree want to try to keep up with her.
Season 8, he worked with Candy. Yeah, that's him. Okay.
Yeah, I thought
season 8 felt like it was 80 years ago. I can't even remember. Monique said, according to Phaedra, Candy had Johnny working for $2.81 an hour. Ooh, was he getting waitress pay?
Yeah, that's what I thought he was the one who was saying that they underpaid him or didn't pay him all of what he was supposed to help with the wedding and all this and their background stuff. I'm like, if Phaedra all was in there wrong, the kid is like, what are you talking about?
Oh my goodness, says Sheree, all bronze, low brain. Look, that's why she has to, because I feel like she didn't, when we met Sheree, she was acting season 1, she was acting like she was the it girl. She got it, she got all this money. She turned around, foreclosure. We didn't see no successful business. Nothing. So,
and let's not forget the long feud between her and Kenya about the house, where she was building her house.
Well, who wasn't talking about that house? Made me think about when Phaedra was walking through. She was like, "Oh, I see is twigs and sticks." Like, what is going on here?
Twigs and sticks.
I don't know, but I feel like they're taking a dig. You can't take a dig and say, look at me and look at you when you just got more surgery. If you got all this work done, that ain't the time to be jumping up saying, look at me and look at you. It's really
and that's why Candy was like, yeah, you got everything done in your face from the neck up.
Right.
So you trying to make like you all that.
And Andy was the one that took the shot, and Candy caught the shot. Candy like, now how I get in it?
She over there with her silver LeMay on, like, I'm just sitting here.
Bob was just bobbing, minding her business.
You withdrawing my name again.
Oof, if it was Nene, she wouldn't have got away with it.
Oh, please, you know it.
But she did mention OLG's floors being greasy. Candy was like, and so, girl.
It's a restaurant.
I'm like, girl, ain't going. Girl,
it's like the floors were greasy, but the restaurant's still open.
This is a whole food spot. We ain't acting like this is Candy ain't never act like this is no fine dining.
Right. It ain't no
down there with Waffle House.
Right. It ain't no Ruth Chris or Del Monaco's or some restaurant. It's a restaurant for regular people.
Sheree was practicing her reads. I think they all were. I think Marlo practices her reads and her confessionals. I think somebody writes them for her. That's what the streets are saying. That's what they see it. Mm-hmm. So shout out to Voodoo Doll TV. She always say that. That's what they said. That ain't what I said. That's what they said. But so after Candy talks about Sheree's face shots, that's when she turned around, said you could never, girl, sit down. Candy started stuttering about something. I don't know. And then Sheree started stuttering. It was a whole bunch of stuttering and fumbling going on. It lost me.
A whole lot of talking across each other. And at one point, I was like, I can't understand what nobody's saying because they were all over talking each other. Even Andy had to go to the gong. I was like, what the world?
It sounded like a bunch of billy goats out there making noise. I don't know what she's like. How do you? Well, you how to do that? What? Like, English, please.
Right. It was a mess.
After they couldn't figure out what they want to say. They was tongue tussling amongst themselves. Mm-hmm. Then Sheree brought out She News, and I don't know what this was for or why, what it was about. She was basically hating on Candy and all her businesses. Mm-hmm. I wish we could have a whole news article about Sheree's businesses, but we couldn't even fill out one loose leaf piece of paper for that.
If she had put all that energy she did in getting this news bulletin together and getting her She Buy whatever out, there wouldn't be nobody complaining. Getting that website together instead of up here putting up news and snitching and being petty.
Candy said you look much better, right? Because Candy was like, I wish she would put out some. I wish she would put out some fashions. Her face, you do look much better. She does look much better now that the face is settled.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then gone down.
And I do wish she put out some fashions instead of fashionless fashions, but I don't know. Sheree talks about tags, which is Candy's line where she sell. I guess she's resale or something. She's like, I never said I sold. I don't got no runway going on. Just like Burlington, just like Ross Dress for Less. Mm-hmm. You gonna get the clothes cheap. Like that's it. That's all.
That's where it's low price items. Mm-hmm. But you know, she like you said, she never said it was high fashion like Marlo's thing, you know. Oh, you a belt $500, a purse $1,200 or something like that.
Yeah, no, Marlo got the upscale Goodwill with the reused fashions,
right?
And Candy like, look, you can get it affordable here. Mm-hmm. But after we get done talking about tags, Sheree says She By Sheree hasn't profited. I don't know if it ever will. But I mean, I don't know. So Sheree gave Drew a bag, but she wanted Candy to open it, and then Candy took out the little thing, and it was like "and scene." That was corny. I don't know. Like it didn't really all these props, and then none of them really did anything. It was just a waste.
So the bag that Sheree brought out, was supposed to be for Candy or for Drew?
It was supposed to be for Drew because Drew said she never got a bag last season. Okay. Sheree brought out all that merch and then took it all back. But I guess she wanted Candy to say "and scene" just for the sake of saying it. I don't know.
Because I was like, why is Candy getting in the bag if it was for Drew? But okay,
I guess she felt like Drew was acting when she didn't get that stuff. Drew didn't get that stuff. I believe her.
I believe it too.
And we know Drew good for lying, but Monique said all of the props were so lame. None of them landed. None of them. They never do. Drew tried to do a prop last season. What they had Marlo? Was that last season when they was at Marlo's her trip? What was that? The Poconos?
When she threw a bone.
Yeah, she did that dog bone. Girl,
like, what are you doing?
Please, can we just stop with the props? Like, it just never lands for me. JB said, hey, just coming through to say, hey, getting ready to do my review. Hey, JB.
Hey.
Just a quick reminder, y'all, the Ready to Love panel this Friday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I believe it will be on the Movie Man's channel, but I'll put it in the community tab. And JB is our special guest panelist. He'll be talking about some Ready to Love tea that he got. He want to tell us what's going on over there. So catch us on that side on Friday. But hey, JB. So where were we? Oh, she threw the prop. It didn't land. It was whack.
It got all caught up in Marlo's gowns.
Yeah.
Then she was like,
oh no, that was another one.
Oh.
Yeah, that was later.
Okay. I go use them all day. Okay.
No, that was with Play Cousin Courtney. But now we making our way there because we on to Drew and her package. And if you got notes too, let us hear them because that's when it started getting a little sketchy for me. But I wrote down what I could. But we see Drew. She was being unnecessarily shady with Candy in the movie. That's what she said. If it's not Lifetime or above, she ain't gonna do it. I said the audacity.
Right.
Drew, I hope you Candy never gives you an opportunity ever again. Not only did she give her a role that she paid her for, that Drew accepted, she also let her sing her song that nobody's listening to and performed it live. Right. It's the nerve for me. Every time Candy works with these girls, they don't appreciate it, and I kind of wish she would stop giving them opportunities. It's a shame because now the next person may not get an opportunity because of these ungrateful heifers.
And then when Marlo said, I wonder if she paid her or how much she paid her. And somebody said, what, 10,000?
Yeah.
And Candy's like, no, we paid her more than that.
Right. Let's not act like 10,000 ain't changed for Candy. I mean, I know she cheap, and that's how she keep her money.
Right.
But she gave her a trailer and everything, which she could have just used the guest room in the house or in the guest house, but whatever. Ungrateful has he? I'm like, it just wasn't, because in the movie it ended up being on Peacock. When I feel like it was Tubi worthy and everybody should be able to see it for free, but it was on Peacock.
Right.
So I'm like, we know Drew has acted in other things. But I don't remember her having a starring role where she is like the lead, like in this movie. So to me, it was biting the hand that feeds you. It was just nice. It was nasty. I didn't like it. It was unnecessary. If you mad that Candy said you was kissing that girl, then don't take the movie. And then act like I did Todd a favor.
Right.
I was doing a favor for Todd. A favor that you got paid for. You were doing a job. They could have found somebody else.
It wasn't like you did it. She did it for free. You got paid.
So the movie would have still been filmed, whether Drew was there or not. They would have found somebody else.
Right.
But I mean, Drew got, and shout out to The Past. I did a live for that yesterday. If y'all missed it, catch the replay where I talked about The Past. It was a decent movie. Drew did a good job, but I just didn't like how she was acting. But and we don't know when she'll get another role. Andy said, asked Candy how she felt. She was like, good luck with getting these Lifetime roles, girl. I don't know. I feel like, is anybody rushing down to see a Lifetime movie in 2023?
I'm like, Lifetime? I mean, yeah, I watch that when I'm bored. At home, ain't doing nothing else. But it ain't like I got to see my Lifetime movies. I had to put everything else on hold.
That's some background noise when I'm cleaning, something like that. I ain't really keeping up with Lifetime. Only thing I watch on Lifetime is Married at First Sight, and I'm getting ready to cut that off, honestly. So you don't even watch that anymore.
I stopped watching that years ago.
So we get to Kissgate, and Candy was upset for being called a liar.
Candy still stand by her. She said what she said. She said, I saw them kissing, arm in arm together. Then she asked Marlo, did you see it? And of course, Marlo, I saw 80%. Girl, if you don't you need to stop playing in people's face. So I'm like, okay.
She did crack me up in that confessional when she said it the first time. She was like, Drew lied so much. I see what I saw. I don't know what I saw. I'm questioning my own 2 eyes. I don't know.
That's a mess.
Poor Drew, church girl trying to hide her bad girl side. Well, it was coming out in that movie.
Oh my goodness.
I feel like, Drew, you grown.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your mama gonna say if we find out now? She would have just been like, yeah, I kissed her. We was drunk, you know. I think everybody been like, okay, and moved on. Mm-hmm. It's the lies that's keeping it going. Like, it's just unnecessary. It's an uncalled for lie, and it's dragging it on. And now it's giving Ralph even more ammo because, you know, he can't stand her. So anything he can use against her, he will. Any more on the kiss gate?
No, that's when no, not that. I had notes about when her cousin came out.
Oh, yeah, I'll let you get into that. When he said Candy can and will block future opportunities if you cross. Oh, she sure will.
Oh yeah,
she got the power to do it.
Yeah, she will put you on the bad list, and then you won't even get no commercials.
Right, and the funny thing is, a lot of people are saying they want to pass part 2. Why would Candy now we won't get the pass part 2 because Drew done messed it up with her gapping. She done blocked future opportunities, and I wouldn't want to work with her. Like, oh, you two go above my movie, right? You two, because I think Tubi pays they people. So, but Drew's holding on to that lie. Candy, for some reason, decides to say that Drew has been gaslighting Ralph. Candy, that's where you lost me. Say what? What?
Yeah, I don't understand because Candy said when she said that. So is she trying to say that Drew is really the bad guy in the relationship, and she's really the one doing all the gaslighting and stuff, not Ralph? I'm like, the only one that really know is the 2 people in the relationship,
right?
Drew and Ralph. Everybody else know what they've been told, or what they were allowed to see. You don't know what's going on between a couple behind closed doors when you're not there. You don't know who doing what to who. We only know what we see and what we heard from other people.
Yeah. I will say what I do know is Ralph don't like Drew. I mean, you can just tell by the look in his eye, the way he look at her. He can't stand that lady. Ooh.
He might love her as the mother of his child, but he sure don't like her.
Yeah. He tolerates Drew, but he don't like her.
And that's sad because you can love somebody from afar, but if you don't like the person, you just can't even be around them in the same room. And every time you see them, it's like, I can't stand you.
I mean, does he love her? I don't know.
He may because she is his children's mother. So he may have the feelings like that for her, but as far as really caring about her mothering, he don't care about her.
He don't appreciate her as a mother. Poor Drew said, "I've been working all night on her sex scenes," as Ralph was saying, and then I didn't get no rest. I had to take the kids to school. Now, Ralph, we don't even know what Ralph do for a living. He's still a mystery.
Yeah, he said he been busy. Busy doing what?
Get busy and take them kids to school.
Yeah, take the kids to school, get them ready for school. And she coming home late and she been, where she was. It wasn't like she was in the streets or something. She was working.
I know who might know how Ralph really feel, and that's sister mother Allison, because the streets was saying they think Allison is Drew's mother. I ain't say that though. The streets was just talking. That's what they were saying. But I feel like Allison might know if he really loves her or not, because she see the real. That's why he kicked her out the house.
Yeah, he's jealous of her, of Drew.
Yeah, I don't know. After all that back and forth, I was just surprised that Candy took it there. Like, I know Candy might not be feeling Drew right now, but I don't think Drew is a manipulator or anything. I think they both just like a lie. Ralph wants her spotlight. Exactly. For me, I feel like how can he love her when he's secretly jealous of her? She's been sleeping with the enemy. He's her enemy. He's her biggest hater. He tears down everything she does. There's no love in that.
It's sad. It's sad because every time when people are in relationships and they backbite and don't like and petty and fighting with each other, the kids see this. Your whole household is disrupted. Right. And you only think it just affect you and your spouse. The kids, I know them kids hear what's going on. They see he's sleeping in the bunk bedroom now.
Right. Kids can't even sleep in their bed.
Right. What the world? And you just that's what I don't like. I'm like, you know, he ain't liked her for a while. He
saw opportunity. I agree. With Followed by Goodness, he wants to take her spotlight. Yeah. He saw that at the time. You know, that's probably when she was on the game because he got married after a couple months. Mm-hmm. He was like, okay, he want to be in the spotlight. He want to Peach so bad. He done moved Peter Peach Holden Thomas out the way, and now he want his own Peach. Allegedly, this is our opinion. This is just our opinion. Right. A little disclaimer. Right. But he want to hold a Peach himself. Get her up out of there. I want to be the one in the front. Mm-hmm. Every time she says she's doing something, when she said they was at the bowling alley, I'm working on a movie. Yeah. Well, I've been working. You just started work. He's a hater. You don't love that lady.
That's sad.
But Drew asked Candy if they're on a good terms now. They back on good terms. No. Marlon said, come on over here, sit with me, Drew. Come sit over here on this side with me. Because
you messed up your spot over there, and now you gotta sit on the other side.
You on the blackball list over there, right? Going on over there. It ain't happening. No, y'all are not good. Never will be. I mean, I feel like Candy didn't even really want to do the movie with Drew no more, but since it was Todd's movie, she let her have it. Candy was acting in the movie. She was like one of Drew's friends in the movie, so she had to act with Drew with all this going on.
Yeah, I haven't seen the movie, so
listen. I mean, I think everybody did a good job. Candy acting at the end. Because you didn't see the live yesterday. At the end of the movie, she had this fake British accent. I keep saying it every chance I get. Where she was like, at the end of the movie, she's going to say, and it won't take me 7 years to do it. And I'm just like, Candy girl. Now, see, I want to get on Candy, speak on it like all these other YouTubers, so I ain't going to say too much. But girl, why? Please don't ever do that again. I don't know what it had to do with anything. Nobody else is British. So please don't. It does.
Okay.
Because first she was slowly saying words. I was like, is her throat scratchy? You got a cold? What? And then all of a sudden, it won't take me 7 years to do. Girl, get on out of here with this nonsense. That was not part of the script. They only had 10 days. It was like, we're going to have to put it in. We done filming. It's fine.
Stretched enough.
What was Drew thinking? What was Drew thinking? Staying with Drew. Only thing I think Drew did wrong was stay with Ralph a little too long. But then we got on to play cousin Courtney.
Oh man,
what she had to say about Courtney?
Her child. First of all, when Courtney came up there on the panel and explained how she was cousins with Ralph. And she said her dad's sister is married to Ralph's uncle. So you're not related by blood. Right. It's by marriage. So it's not like first it's your aunt married his uncle. So it's
I feel like they're lying about that.
That could be anybody.
I feel like that was a lie.
Right. That's like play cousins.
My last name is Williams, and so is yours.
Yeah.
Well, we
cousins. Play cousins. Right. We cousins twice removed on the.
Drew was way too loose with this cousin Courtney. Now, so I don't know why she was ever calling this woman cousin in the first place.
Right.
I just met you tonight. Oh my goodness, we're cousins because we both have the same last name. That's common.
Oh my god, really? If that's the case, I could be cousins with a whole lot of people with the same last name.
Right. Just as I'm black and you black, don't mean we.
Right.
No.
My mama's sister's brother. Cousin and uncle on
the only way that would fly is if y'all grew up together. If y'all grew up together, then I'll let you hold on to that cousin.
But you just
can't meet at 50 And then we talking about your cousin.
2 months ago, and we cousins. No, I don't know you. I'm like, okay.
So what else you had on cousin Courtney, cousin-in-law Courtney?
I don't know, but her dress I was like, I don't know what what was that? I was like, it was all see-through, like she looked like a mermaid or something. I don't know. I wasn't really like it. Her hair looked cute though.
Because Courtney said I'm wearing something to stand out the pop, so I can get my peach.
She wanted
to get a peach bad. Like Peter Peach Holding Thomas part 2, 2.0. Ralph.
She want to get the peach like Marlo finally got hers.
Well, she might be a friend for a long time.
She gonna have to wait. She gonna have to keep playing fake friends for a while before she get that. Because Marlo had to do it for a while before she put her time. Marlo put her time in to get her peach.
I forgot what Marlo said. She said something shady about somebody getting paid and all that. And I'm like, Marlo, weren't you when you started? Weren't you paying to get on cash trips? You paid to get on this show, and now we talking about people getting paid.
Girl, how they forget?
Right? You paid to go to Africa.
Right?
You was an unpaid friend of. I think the friend of is getting paid nowadays. Mm-hmm. But anything else on cousin Courtney? Nothing about what she threw the when Drew threw.
Oh, that's what Drew.
So what notes did you write?
I ain't write that note because I didn't even think that was even. It was so stupid. Why would I waste my red pen on that? But she threw that peach and Marlo like, don't be throwing stuff on my dress. It was all getting in the middle of her dress. I said, yeah, you can get peach juice all on her precious gown.
Yeah, but then Andy took a bite and it was just like, Andy, you don't know where that plum is
Wash
unwashed.
that. They put on the floor. I'm like
plum just been rolling around. Ugh.
Yeah. She dug it out of her wet bag or something. I don't know. Okay.
Followed by goodness says, cousin Courtney had a lot to say for someone that just came on the scene, kissing cousins perhaps. Very much. Then they're gonna come out and be like, oh, we're not related. So we're not technically cousins. Yeah.
They know.
She right? And she said I'm like, what all I said was red ink. And that's it.
No, don't talk about my notes. At least I wrote some notes. Tell me I gotta write everything. All that stuff was foolishness.
Monique said Marlo said I had to rent this dress out next week. Right, I got plum stains all on. I gotta take it to the cleaners.
Plum was dragging all across the floor before.
Or maybe she rented it out. Maybe she got to return it back.
Maybe it's in her part of her whatever her
maybe
show.
She was secretly renting it. She got to return some things. Yeah, but then that was. I don't know what. I don't remember what else happened on the episode. I think that was all I had.
What about Courtney?
That's what episode.
Because after Drew do the peach, that was it, and they moved on to Marlo.
Oh yeah, I didn't write anything down about Marlo.
Andy asked Marlo about Scott Lee. Were they still dating? Marlo said, "Yeah, we still dating, getting to know each other." And somebody, I don't know, it was Andy or somebody said, "Are you involved with Scott Lee? Like, did y'all take it past the kissing stage?" And she mumbled, "Yeah, I did with that man." And mumbled it so fast, I was like, what? Let me rewind. What did she say again? So I take it, I guess she tried to say they took it to the next level, but they still dating. I don't know.
I don't believe it.
I don't believe it either.
The only way I would believe it is if I feel like he was a random boyfriend too. And maybe they ended up like falling in love. Like, okay, well, it started off as just a contract thing. But now, since I've been spending time with you, I actually do like you. I would say he don't seem like Marlo's type, but we still to this day don't really know what her type is.
Because he don't got we really seen her with.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know how much money he got. As long as he got the coin, I think he's fine. So, but she got to have something going on because the storyline with the nephews ain't cutting it. I mean, I know Kenya said that Marlo was talking to Mark. That was odd that she had his phone number. If that was true.
Yeah, I said Marlo. I kind of think that she said that just to get a reaction.
Yeah, and I feel like I doubt Mark. Mark didn't even want to talk to Kenya. So I know he don't want to talk to Marlo or nobody else in the cast. Right. He said he didn't even want to film. But Kenya did say now he's filming his own reality show. So I'm like, for somebody who claimed he didn't like the spotlight, it's mighty funny if what she's saying is true, is that he's filming his own show. Well, was that everything on Marlo? She just dating Scott Lee? That's it? Nothing about the nephews?
She ain't really talk about the nephews. She said they good, but she didn't get into much about them. She really didn't get into much about Scott Lee. I mean, Andy had to pull it out of her about what's the next, what y'all doing now? What's the next level, whatever. So she's still trying to keep them as the, my escort when we have events and somebody to go with me to things and show up here and there and give a kiss, a hug, and that's it.
I mean, Scott Lee doing more than Roy, Kenya's man, because we actually saw the inside of his restaurant. All we saw with Roy was a to-go bag, and he got out of there so fast.
Yeah, because that's what Andy asked next. She asked Kenya about Roy. He was like, well, I don't know. We don't see him. We haven't seen him since that one episode when she was doing the photo shoot.
Right.
And he bought them to-go bags. But in Kenya, she all double talking and talking outside her neck. I don't know. She ain't really say, oh, he was this, he's busy, I'm like, if you not serious, if y'all just dating and just say that.
That's fine. That's what I mean. Even Sheree had to come to grips and admit it.
Yeah, but if you try to be serious, somebody serious did say that.
And I don't like how Kenya was trying to downplay Roy, like talking to Marlo, or going on a date with Marlo. Like he went out with Marlo.
Right.
Like he went. Marlo had him first. It's fine. Even Marlo was like, it was just a lunch date. It's not that serious. So you acting like, or what she said? Oh, I know it wasn't a real date because on real dates they like to leave cash on the table for Marlo. Like,
what? And see, I've been like, look, that I'm like, your mouth keep on getting you. You keep talking about people like that. You would go around, come around. You don't say stuff, even joking. Your jokes. Some people always say, oh, I was joking. No, you wasn't.
That wasn't
because that's what you thought. You said it. And then you're going to put the LOL after it. No, what you said is what you meant.
How was that a dig? Like, okay, he left Marlo some money on the table. All he left you, it was a to-go bag. You ain't even get onto the date. You got some food to go from his restaurant. That was it. He got out of there.
He jetted.
And Marietta had to be like, hey, are you still coming? Where are you? We about to leave. And that's when he showed up. And then when he FaceTime, Marietta had to be like, hey, don't forget. How many times does Marietta have to coerce him into communicating with you?
And why is she doing that? Why? Right. Dang, her man, like she got a husband. Right. I'm like, come on, if I was her Marietta, I'd be like, I got a man. I don't need to be.
Well, I'm trying to help Kenya along, but I'm like,
please, no. I'm like, some things you got to do on your own. As a friend, as a true friend, you need to handle your own business.
Well, I mean, she should be talking because she's friends with Roy. She should be telling him, like, if you like her, then you need to be reaching out to her, which it didn't seem like he was. I don't know if they still dating as of now or not, but I mean, if y'all know, let me know in the chat.
It don't sound like they really into it because she was just double talking. She didn't really say nothing concrete about their relationship. So to me, it's still up in the air. It's not nothing so serious or even trying to be serious.
Right. And now Drew's getting divorced. And now I'm like, man, what wives are left on the show? That actual wives.
One is Candy
and Sonya.
That's the only one.
And Sonya. I thought they was going to be cool after that Disney trip, but it seemed like that ship has sailed. So,
the shame.
That's what I'm saying. It is, yeah. Because I kind of wish Marietta wasn't because then they showed those text messages on the show, like, "Hey, don't forget, you're supposed to be coming by with that to-go bag."
The camera crew is leaving.
Right, we're wrapping for the night. Like, meanwhile, Marlo like, I want him. Like, we just had lunch. Like, Marlo seemed like she was not interested.
She wasn't. She was like, it was just lunch.
I mean, what's a lunch date? Like, does it even count? But she just to let you know, just like you should have been letting Sheree know, your man was in my DM. Because she tried to say he wasn't in the DM. It was a live chat. He was in her DM.
I was like, well, what?
She was in the DMs.
She said, what did she say? When you comment on lives, it goes into your DM.
Right, like, no, it don't.
I was like, what? And he was like,
and Marlo showed the message of him talking to her directly. Like, he asked her on a date. I don't know if he just trying to get on the show or what his MO is, but he was interested enough that he went out with her. He DM'd her. They went on a date. They communicated. Like, I know Kenya got flesh, got egg on her face. Then you give him blank envelopes. And now you got egg on your face again.
I need her to just be quiet and nod.
Marlo isn't bothering anybody at the moment. So at this point, it's no, like, just leave her alone. Marlo's trying to clean up her, her image. So leave her be.
They try to come for her. Marlo like, no, I ain't.
Right, Marlo, they making Marlo look innocent. Like, Marlo like, I'm sitting here quietly twiddling my thumbs.
Marlo said, look, I'm an innocent. I'm not gonna play. I'm not playing with y'all today. So she sat there with her gown that
I mean, is this a maternity? What is this?
She looked like Mrs. Roper. I was like, okay, yeah, it was giving rather flowy, but loose.
Yeah, it was loose, baggy.
It was loose and baggy. I don't know if she tried to hide something. Maybe she
do got something going on with Scott Lee.
I don't know, but she was hiding in that baggy, loose dress.
Yeah. Don't tell me it's another something else to throw at somebody, please. Like, I don't throw nothing else.
Like this, the daughter, Sheree. I meant to say something about that. With Sheree's ex bought the daughter.
Bob.
When Bob bought the daughter, and she and Sheree, they asked her about that. About did she know, and why she didn't know about this other daughter that Bob had. And she's like, well, I don't care. She was like, I think Andy said, well, your kids didn't tell you about this other daughter when they were going on to events and going on different places, and they met her, talked to her. She's like, well, I don't care. They don't care what. I don't care if they tell me or something. She said, like, I don't care if they tell me or what. I'm like, if somebody is hanging around my child and more than once, then I want to know, who is this person? You just tell me. Don't be like, oh, well, this just a secret between us and this other child and Bob. And even if you were divorced,
right,
that's something you still would want to know. I mean, this is somebody who's hanging around with your kids. Don't you want to know who's in your child's life?
Right. Yeah.
So she made it like it was nonchalant, like, oh well, I don't care. I don't care if they told me we was divorced and broke up by then.
I don't believe her. I ain't believe her since the moment. Followed by goodness. Not Marlo hiding those Ozempic results. Valerie. Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
I had to comment because look, I ain't against it. Look, I tried, but yes, I feel like with Sheree, I think she knew the entire time. Y'all, I said it on a few reviews. I said it when it happened on that review. I think that she knew about the daughter. It didn't make sense because she knew her name. How could you not know at least about that this is a possibility this entire time? I think Bob came through to give her something to talk about because that was supposed to be the finale. Yeah. Until they picked the cameras back up for Drew. Right. So I think Bob was helping her give her a storyline so she could go out with a bang. And it didn't really do nothing for me personally, but I think that's what that was. So I don't believe her for one bit. There's no way her grown adult daughter didn't. That's not even her grown first. Her oldest daughter ain't even Bob's child. So what you hiding a secret for? Ain't your daddy?
Right.
It's crazy. I ain't no way. You hide something like that from me. The belt. Where's the belt? Because
I'm like, you knew about this other person and you hanging out, going to events, school,
right.
Disney World or whatever.
Divorce. It doesn't happen after the divorce. This happened. You knew about this all throughout the marriage. Because it's a secret. It's still an issue for me. You ain't gonna be coming to my house taking no family pics
Right. With somebody I just met, she been in your life way before y'all got divorced.
I mean, clearly we can tell that's Bob's daughter. She looked just like
him. So she's not. Yeah, I don't know about that.
I don't believe that. I don't know. No. And then the daughter was like, "Yeah, I've been hanging around the." I'm like, "What? Ain't no way this grown child gonna be telling me all this." And I'm like, "Oh, well, nice to meet you. Yeah, get something to eat. Get a drink." No. Sheree knew about Bob's hiding kids, but probably didn't want to meet her. Look, Sheree was like, "As long as my bill's getting paid, I'm minding my business. I can't see or hear nothing. I don't know. It ain't got nothing to do with me. That's up to Bob." But I'm like, him being a deadbeat don't concern you. See, she was with Bob strictly for the coin, in my opinion. My humble opinion.
When them coins, when he wasn't paying them coins, she got up out there kicking the screen because she knew. She knew that was done and over.
Yeah, she just cared about. She was there for the. I was gonna say something. She was with him and his looks for the coin alone. That's all. But she didn't care about no child. He might have had more kids on her. She would have stayed.
Because he probably does have other kids that she don't know.
I don't even know why them two was together because. Talking about people not liking each other, I don't think they like each other.
Oh my goodness.
Like, I don't think they like each other. So
they did not. They just playing it for the cameras.
And that's the one thing to be cordial. It's like you got Martell and him and his lion self smiling for pictures, wearing colors with Bob wearing his matching pink. Like, it would have just been me and my kids and the grandbaby alone. Because no.
Right. Like out of the picture. Just me and Greg.
We always talk about Drew and her lies, but Sheree been a liar for a long time. Sheree been lying long before Drew ever stepped on the scene. Sheree been a liar. So, but
that was it for Kenya and her double talk.
I didn't see the preview for next week. Did you see the previews for next week?
What I caught was they're going to have Ralph come on.
That's
Drew and Ralph together. Andy's going to ask about, the divorce. So how is it going? Is it? Are you keeping it going? Drew gets all upset, leaves the set, and that's it. That was the main thing is Drew and Ralph arguing, and then Drew crying and leaving the set.
Let me know in the comments, how do y'all feel about this only being a 2-part reunion? Because for me personally, thank goodness. Nothing really went on. I'm glad. But what do y'all think? What do you think is going to happen with the franchise? Because I'm like, we cutting down episodes, we cutting down reunions. Is this a red flag that Housewives might be running its course?
I think so.
I don't know, because I feel like, if all we talking about mostly is Ralph and Drew. Ralph already said on that last episode that we waited the entire season to see that he can't talk about nothing. Like, well, why you bring your bonehead stuff up here if you can't talk about nothing? We don't care about calling your lawyer somebody I can't talk about it. Why are you here?
Well,
leave.
They did. Did you catch the part when Drew confronted Courtney about saying that Ralph told her that Drew wanted him to adopt her oldest.
Oh yeah.
And so
that she threw that plum.
She threw the plum, but after that Drew addressed that with Courtney, saying she got fired up. She said, "Don't, whatever you do, keep my son out your mouth." That is not true, because she was trying to say Drew was trying to get Ralph to adopt her oldest son. And then they get divorced. She leave him, and then he have to end up paying child support. She go with whoever is the one that she want to be. This was allegedly said by Courtney, and Drew said, "You not gonna be talking about my son like that. That is off limits." The kids said, "Don't keep my son name out your mouth."
Yeah. And a lot of times we said, she didn't say anything about the son, but not in this situation. That don't apply here.
Right.
She shouldn't have brought her son up at all.
Right.
It was uncalled for. And how do you think the son feels about Ralph not wanting to adopt him? And if you want to bring something like that up, and why we keep acting like this boy don't got no daddy? He has a biological father. Like, why do we keep doing this?
And his father, the one time he was on the show, but he has his father. Right. So it's not like we don't know who his father is.
When Ralph said initially he didn't want to adopt him because he has a biological father, to me that made sense at the time. Now we know that he just ain't no good. And it might be good that he didn't. But it don't seem like we don't even know where he worked. How do we know he paying for anything? Drew might be the breadwinner here. She the peach holder. The peach holder he want to be. Monique said they can all go at this point. I tried to hang on to Kenya and Candy, but bye. And you know what? Kenya's storyline really is ran its course for me. We love Baby Brooklyn, but bye. Candy Ben should have left. With Candy's like we seen everything. Candy has. Candy. OLG is coming back. I'm be happy to see that show, but I don't need. Really, without Candy, there wouldn't have been a lot going on this season. Yeah. But she is like past the show at this point.
Candy seemed like she has more, her other things and shows and businesses are taking more precedent over filming Real Housewives of Atlanta. Yeah. So it seemed like she said, I because they addressed that too. And she said, I bit off more than I could chew in regards to try, because everything that they had, every trip or whatever, she had to either leave early or she couldn't go because of other dates and events. I think her other life is taking more of her time than this Real Housewife.
And then her family complaining, her kids, I mean, you don't spend time with us. Outside of the KFC commercial, you ain't seen your son. Girl, please let it go. Take production too. Production can go too, because I don't know what they doing. They cutting out stuff that I might have been interested in seeing. I said it on the live yesterday. I would have been curious to see about the hair salon with Kenya. Yeah. Much more curious to see about Marlo and Scott Lee. So
even if it was a soft what was she saying?
It was soft opening or soft launch.
Still you could have took 5 minutes, been like, oh hey, this is
just that little clip we saw, especially because she said Claudia was there. And ever since Claudia had Nene's hair sitting up on the back of her neck, I wouldn't mind seeing Claudia coming back.
Claudia's the only one that could beat Nene.
Don't make me go. Don't have me going on YouTube looking for that scene again.
She's the only one that can shut Nene down. And she did. I was like hollering the whole show.
She got Nene together.
Claudia did it. She the only one.
And I ain't, I don't dislike Claudia. I ain't no huge Claudia fan, but I think she deserved another season behind that.
Because she had me roll. I was like, oh my goodness.
Right. I'm like, Claudia came back. So I'm like, do y'all dislike Claudia so much y'all can't even let her be in a soft launch? Goodness.
Yeah.
Of all the hair that you chose to buy. Okay, don't mean me had to. Listen, now I want to. Let me share my screen playing that clip. Because that was hilarious.
What she talking about? The hair that was in the clip?
With Claudia was talking about Nene.
Oh, yeah. No, I said
Claudia was gold. Yes.
She was. I was like,
hey. Nene lifting up that 27 piece in the back. I said, oh.
She gonna turn her head. She was like... I was like, I can't.
That didn't give the justice it deserves.
That was good. More. It had me.
That what was the other one? When they went to Africa, he told Sheree she will never get married again. Oh Lord, it lives rent free in my mind.
Never. Never.
In my head.
I said, oh, see,
that was more interesting than when she said, "Who's gonna check me, boo?" Like that. I mean, that was cute, but I mean, this did it for me. But I'm like, y'all don't want Claudia to come back. Y'all don't want Claudia, and y'all want the Talls to make it come back,
right?
Okay,
she was good.
That'd be a real let's do the Talls versus the Smalls. Let's do it. I mean, if Phaedra can come back and be on Married to Medicine, we can have Claudia in the scene. Jeez, I don't know, but I mean, especially even with Cynthia. I like Cynthia. Cynthia better as a friend of this season than she was on the. Cynthia was getting to the mess more this season than she did. The last season she was on full time.
Cynthia was like, yeah, I just come to show up to the events.
Right. She didn't want to be a friend of though. That's why she left, because they were trying to demote her. But she like, look, you know what? This marriage is over and I gotta pay for Lake Bailey. Let me let me stop playing around. This inflation is getting inflating.
She said, I paid my bills.
We in a recession. Let me stop playing.
I come on there, drag my hairdresser on there with me. Come on, let's go. Right. I'll be up there for a minute.
Come back, bring the Bailey boys back, and step on the scene real quick. Because all of a sudden we saw her once, and we started seeing her in every episode. I said, "Is Cynthia going to make a scene on a reunion? Might as well." We didn't see Mayetta. She doing way more than Mayetta did. Yeah, Mayetta tried to get a little messy at the end, but she can go. She Candy friend. She can go on with Candy. Mm-hmm. Going over there to OLG and find something to do over there. But we don't really need no housewives. No. They said 3 housewives may come back. I don't know who they're gonna be. For me, I feel like it should be Drew because she got the most drama. Sonya because I want to see the baby. Mm-hmm. I guess cousin Courtney because she would be with Drew's storyline. And I don't know who else.
You think Candy coming back? I don't know.
I think she should. I think she the highest paid. She getting paid like $2 million a season. I would come back.
Well, she probably come back for that.
Like, yeah,
but I don't think she gonna be. Yeah,
because she don't. I mean, what else? What else would we be talking about?
Right.
All season, all we heard about was Todd's movie.
Yeah. Now that it's done in 10 days. Now ain't nothing else.
I guess we're gonna be talking about The Wiz. They working on that Broadway play.
Oh yeah.
So. We can hear about that, but I don't really want to hear about that. I think we need like how they did New York, all new girl, new production, new cast. Mm-hmm. I don't want them known. Mm-hmm. I don't want them popular on social media. I want them new, like how we had it new with this season, like her this cast. Oh, Shamari DeVoe, Dwight, Miss Lawrence for me. If I had to take any wives that have ever been on, oof.
Shamari DeVoe.
Yeah, Ronnie DeVoe's wife. Remember she was on that one season?
Oh, yeah. Hey.
She wasn't bad, but she wasn't interesting. Like, she ain't really. I could take a leave.
Now, the white.
Yes. Some fashionless fashions.
Fashionless fashions.
Miss Lawrence was on here but had a whole song.
He was another one that Candy helped. You know.
Yeah.
But it didn't go. But yeah.
As long as they don't bring Kim Zolciak back, it's fine with me. Oh, like please don't bring her back. I don't know. I used to like Phaedra. Phaedra, her later seasons, Portia, I was fine. Portia was my girl, but after that little situation in the hot tub with her now husband, I don't know who else. I mean, if it ain't Nene, and when Nene did come back before, she wasn't the same. It wasn't the same. She was like, she was too good for the show. We're never gonna get the people how we got them the first time. So I feel like there's no point in even bringing them back because we never gonna get them back. Like
they wasn't like when they were new and fresh.
They was hungry.
They was funny and fresh.
Bring the White his latest nose back. I think he did correct his nose. He pulled a Vivica Fox. Got his old nose back.
Oh, I'm glad because that new nose was.
I had to disown Portia. Broke my heart. I know. Is somebody gonna say, "Oh, has Portia been or has Portia redeemed herself?" No. No. No, I don't care what Fallon did. Portia was wrong for that. Portia was wrong. I don't know. You looking at Portia different.
Yeah,
she forever now. Thanks to that.
Yeah, because some things and some people are off limits.
Yeah, that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to hear no more lies. I feel like when they come on, they don't know anything about this. They don't know how this works. Nothing. So it's like I already said on one of my shows. I mean, if y'all need somebody, listen. Clearly you don't got to have money to be on the show no more. You can have a townhouse. You don't got to pay your bills. It don't matter. You just come on. Just come on. So I mean, I qualify and I pay my bills. So let me come on through.
Well, listen there. Kim, when she first came on there, she was in the townhouse. Everybody else was in the mansion.
Right. She's the Big Papa paid for. Marlo's gonna be in the townhouse for the rest of her life.
Yeah, Marlo.
So
she in the townhouse. So hey, but she got her peach. I was like, okay, well, hey.
It took forever, but it took. She had to go through the trenches. She had to pay out of pocket, but finally. But I mean, I think the reunion wasn't bad. We'll see what next week brings. We'll be back next week.
Next week is probably the only thing they probably gonna spotlight is Drew and Ralph sitting together. What they gonna say or not?
No, they in the house probably gonna be back together. We worked everything out. I wouldn't be surprised. I think she shouldn't, but I wouldn't be surprised if she did.
What's her name? Sonya and Marlo was saying that they thought that it could work out. I mean,
yeah, and I feel like they saying that because they don't like Drew. Do you not want the best for her? Is this your friend or not? Because I would not be promoting. No, please, girl, get your things and go. Like, let's get your things. Let's find you a home. Like, please get your things and get out of there.
And he's still living in the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
I feel like when they're living in the house, it leaves the door cracked.
Yeah, I mean, it's you too close. So I'm like, if you living in the house, you're still living in the house together, then that should be because you're trying to work on it. You're trying to work on the relationship.
Or they can't afford to go. I mean, things are expensive right now.
And we don't know what he do to this day. Yeah. So
that's why if I was you, I'd be like, get out of here. But I forgot he got the house in his name. I did see on the news somewhere, I don't know if this is true or not, that he allegedly put a condo up for sale. So they might be going through with it. You can't trust him. He liable to do anything. I'm gonna put nothing past him at all. I hope she got a prenup in place.
I know.
But we'll see how next week goes. And Married to Medicine is supposed to be coming back, and that's what I'm excited for. Even I'm not excited for Phaedra, but I guess it is what it is. Because when he asked Sonya about her due date, he was like, "Oh, Dr. Jackie's gonna be busy this Christmas," and she was like, "In the Ross household, like I'm the one having the baby, Andy." He's talking about Dr. Jackie. Right. Dr. Jackie doesn't want to deliver the baby and go back home. Sonya's the one that got to have the baby without no help because everybody don't move. And her husband ain't nowhere to be found.
They only moved 10 minutes away.
Yeah. Her husband ain't gonna be home like usual. So she gonna be in the house with that baby by herself, her and Deucey.
Yep.
And begging mama to come over.
Dr. Jackie is the baby deliverer of Atlanta.
Right. I'm like,
Georgia.
Does Dr. Simone, did she retire? Dr. Simone, where are you?
Right. Dr. Jackie be working.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Jackie she was like, "Oh, I already told Deucey." She was like, "Well, don't." I'm like, Dr. Jackie don't got an empathetic bone in her body. She done got these people in and out of here. She didn't console them. She had that baby in there. She said, "This ain't no daycare." What in the? I said, Dr. Jackie has lost compassion now that she got all these clients.
Dr. Jackie said, "Look, I got to get these people up in and out
of here. Get your kids and get out of here.
Yeah,
I'll talk to you next pregnancy." Yeah.
Right.
Be funny. Yeah, we'll see. But I'm curious to see if Ralph gonna have anything to say. So we'll see. We'll be talking about it. But hope y'all enjoyed. Thank y'all for stopping by. Thank you again, Monique, for my very first super chat. You know, you stuck with me for life, girl. But thank you. We'll see y'all in the next one.
All right.
Anything else you got?
Thank you all for coming, for watching and participating. We appreciate it. Have a good evening, everyone.
Yep. Have a good rest of your Labor Day. Bye.